Yeah.
What's up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 16 review. We have one more episode, and we'll be hitting the reunion. I will also be dropping my reunion looks reaction video as well, and my fashion killer review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills promo pics. So be on the lookout for that. And I have my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta confessional looks video that I'm going to do. But we pick up where we left off on last week's episode with Jenn confronting Tamra about doing a background check on Ryan. So Heather says to Jenn, nothing new is happening. This happened 2 years ago, but you're also negating that Shannon had a part in this. And it's just like, why are you deriding Tamra so hard? You don't know what's going on. You're just going off of what Tamra said. You don't know that for a fact that Shannon had anything to do with this. And it's just like they want to push this narrative so bad that Shannon is the villain and the culprit behind everything. And I'm just so shocked that Heather of all people is taking this stance, considering you know Tamra, you know how Tamra acts, how she moves, and let's not forget how she went after you last season. It's like Heather got to London and lost her mind somewhere during the flight. I was just so confused. So Jenn in her confessional was like, Heather, someone says you stage paparazzi photos and you freak out, but you're going to sit here and defend Tamra on this. And I was like, exactly. You better clock that, T, Jenn. And I wish you would have been able to say that to Heather's face. Like, you're the last person to tell somebody how that they should react to something. Like, girl, please get somewhere and sit down. So Jenn says to Tamra, just be careful. Your mouth has gotten you in trouble before. And that was a warning for her, because we all saw how everything played out a month ago when Ryan threatened to sue her and she got on social media begging and crying and pleading because she didn't want to go what she had went through before with John Bellino. So Tamra shows text message proof, however, that Shannon was in on this whole entire conversation or whatever. They both are guilty. They both are guilty. I don't feel like either one is more guiltier than the other. They both were guilty in this situation. They both were being super duper messy. So both of them are in the hot seat for me, Shannon included, right? So Jenn tells Emily and Katie what happened with the whole entire situation. And Emily in her confessional says, when Tamra doesn't respect someone, there's no boundaries. I don't care if she don't respect you or not. That doesn't give her the right to do the things that she does. And Emily, once again, you're being an idiot just like Heather. Like, for you to be able to sit there in your confessional and say something like that is just so asinine to me. You cannot like a person or not respect them, but that doesn't mean that you get the right to dig into their lives and try to ruin them. Like, I'll be glad when the tables turn on you, and I don't want to hear none of this when she betrays you, because y'all cool right now. But just wait until she focuses on you. So Gina, Heather, and Tamra are out having lunch. And Gina says, you know, if you would do it to her, would you do it to me? And that's a valid question. I was so happy that Gina said that to Tamra's face, because that's real true tea. Like, anybody can get it in Tamra's eyes. So Heather was like, I don't condone digging up things on anyone. Why do you think I'm so disgusted with Katie? And I'm like, if you don't condone it, then why didn't you tell Tamra that she was absolutely 1000% wrong? But in that case, you were telling Jenn basically to lay off Tamra, listen to Tamra, and to focus on Shannon. Like, I just want to punch Heather in the throat. So Gina says, I can't believe what a liar Katie is. Tamra then says, I want to tell you something. To Heather, she says, I went candle making with Katie and our daughters, And Kylie, who is Katie's daughter, said to me she babysat Emily's twins. And Kylie said, I have to tell you something. And Katie was like, yeah, listen to this, listen to this. So they flash back to the scene, and Kylie says, I was like, have you met a lot of your mom's friends? The boys said, yeah, but we don't really like Heather. I was like, why? And they said, because she's mean to our mom and yells at her a lot. Yeah, our mom says Heather is bossy. So Heather is like, what? Like, she's caught off guard. She's shocked by this. She's looking like Emily has said stuff like this about me around her kids. Like, what is going on? She gets to drumming up some tears like she really give a damn whether or not Emily likes her or whatever, or thinks she mean. We all know Heather in the bigger scheme of things could care less. But here's my thing. And I don't understand how Heather didn't put two and two together. Why are you just not telling me this, Tamra? If you cared so much, why are you just not bringing this to me? Why are you just not bringing this to me? All because you're in the hot seat and you need to focus on somebody else so you can get everybody up off of you. Oh, okay. All right. And then we find out that she'd had this conversation with the other girls already about this situation. She'd already taken it to Emily, but she still hadn't said anything to Heather about it. So, when she brought this up, that Katie's daughter had this conversation with Emily's twin boys who are 9 years old and look like they 5, child, I was like, that's weird for this teenage girl to be having this kind of conversation with some kids. That's messy and rude and weird, because why are you digging for information from these little boys that you're supposed to be babysitting? And what? Like, no, that was weird on the daughter's behalf, first of all, because don't come over here questioning my kids about nothing. Like, huh? So apparently when Emily found out about this, her and Shane was like, yeah, she won't be babysitting for us anymore. And it was given very messy, and it was given she messy like her mama messy. Okay. So, Tamra was like, yeah, there's something deceiving about Katie. So they flash back to camera telling Emily, and Emily says that her boys told her that Kylie said Heather was mean. So at this point, it's a game of who done it and who said it, right? But Emily is swearing that her sons wouldn't even say nothing like that. She doesn't talk about Heather in front of her kids, this, that, and the third. So we don't really know who said it, who did what, but for Kylie to be the older person in this situation, I'm going to put the blame on her because you was being messy at questioning them kids. So at dinner that night, Tamra blamed Shannon for starting the whole background check conversation, and once again calling her drunk and yelling at the table and everything. And it's like drunk schmuck at this time. Like, girl, how many more times are you gonna go after her for her drinking and everything? I don't understand why Shannon don't cuss Tamra out. It's so much to read her. All you gotta do is bring up her kids. All you gotta do is be like, I'd rather be a drunk than a deadbeat mama. That would have shut her up right then and there. Because I can fix my alcoholism. Can you fix your relationship with your daughter? Boom. Shut her up right then and there. Like, she would have known what to do. She would have ran off crying like she always does. So, Gina tells Tamara to stop. Like, stop bringing up the alcoholism stuff, because it's lame. It's tired at this point, and it's like you're just pulling for straws. So then Jenn tells Tamra to shut her fucking mouth when it comes to Ryan. And Tamra did it. She shut up because Jenn finally put her foot down and cussed her ass the hell out. And I was so proud of Jenn. So proud of her. And that's the type of energy that Shannon needs to start having with Tamra. Because Tamra is so easily put down. Like, she's not tough at all. So after dinner, Shannon says Gina said that she's gonna keep her distance from Tamra because she might go after Travis and his divorce. And sure enough, that is Tamra's next move. So Tamra tells Heather, Shannon called me last year before the reunion and said you need to get Taylor's husband, who is a lawyer, involved because we need to find out if Gina pushed Travis down the stairs. So it was a story that came out via Travis's soon-to-be ex-wife saying that Gina and Travis got into it and she pushed him down the steps. And everything that Gina was fearing by her sticking up for Shannon is coming to fruition. Because as soon as you don't pledge your allegiance to Tamra Flagg, she's going to come for you and try to hurt you next, whether or not you've done anything to her. So the next day, Emily tells Shannon that Heather told the girls about their conversation that they had at the cabin. And of course, Shannon is upset about this because she specifically told her in that scene, don't talk about this with the other girls. And she was like, most definitely, I won't bring this up to the other girls. It'll stay between me and you. And mind you, she had already had this conversation with Heather while they were on the trip to don't talk about what we talk about to these other girls. But Heather just keeps on betraying her at this point. And it's just like Heather will never cop to the fact that she's being fake. She's being fake and she's being phony. Like, you want this blind loyalty for you, but you can't give it to other people. I'm over her. I simply am over her this season. So, where was I at? Emily and Heather talk about the Katie situation and they clear everything up and Emily makes it clear to her that she did not have that conversation around her boys. She never said that, and that basically Katie is being super duper messy. So Tamra tells Emily that Shannon probably knows she's gonna get in trouble with Gina. That's why she was so sick, because Shannon was constipated and couldn't even go on their little day trip that they were gonna go together. I don't think that was the case at all. Obviously, she was stopped up because of whatever reasons. I don't think it was because she was nervous thinking that she was about to get into it with somebody. So, at lunch, Shannon pulls Heather to the side to confront her about telling the entire group about their conversation after she'd already told her literally that morning how much it bothered her. And Heather was like, well, first of all, this sounds kind of bullshit, and I don't remember you telling me not to tell anyone. The producers clearly flashed back to her saying, don't talk about it to anybody, and Heather agreeing that she would keep it between them and not bring it up to the girls. It's like Heather can never admit that she's wrong. And then when she does admit that she's wrong, it's this very fake apology. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I just want to move forward, okay? And it's just like, it's not genuine. It's just surface level BS, you know? And I just hate the way that she's treating Shannon like Shannon has done something to her. It's so weird. So while they're talking in the restaurant, Tamra brings up what Shannon allegedly did to Gina with trying to find out information on whether or not she pushed Travis down the steps. Do I believe that happened? 1000%, because Shannon and Gina weren't getting along. You know, this is when she kept on bringing up how she helped Gina with her DUI and all of this type of stuff. I 1000% believe it. And I think now at this point, with this beef between Shannon and Tamra, that their cast members are literally collateral damage for the mess that's going on between them two. Now, it's like now y'all just exposing each other and the things that y'all have done behind the scenes. Neither one of you are good people, honestly, to be doing this type of mess. And the cast so stupid that y'all need to be cussing both of them out. Instead of choosing sides at this point, both of them are snakes. Both of them are wrong. Y'all doing too much. All of this background checking and all of this stuff, it's weird. It's weird, okay? So, of course, Gina is put off by this. She feeling some type of way. And everything that she feared is happening. And like she said, like, y'all beef is now affecting us. Like, this is crazy. So Gina makes it clear that Travis's ex was the one that put that out there to the media, and that this is the reason why she separated herself from him, because it's just too much with this lady. Like, the lady is crazy. So she also says to Tamra, like, you don't care that this is hurting us, me, my family, my situation. So Tamra stresses that she shouldn't be worried about her digging up information because it was Shannon. It was Shannon. Girl, you's a lie. It was you and Shannon. You and Shannon was being messy behind the scenes. Stop. So Gina points out that she and Jenn are little collateral damage because of Tamra and Shannon's beef. Shannon comes back inside with Heather after they dealt with their situation, and Gina confronts her, and Shannon says that Tamra was the one that brought it to her. They're just basically going back and forth blaming each other. Like I said, y'all both are wrong. Y'all both need to get a life and stop trying to dig in people's lives and ruin their life when y'all are into it or jealous or whatever the case may be. Shannon says that Tamra hurts people, and Tamra says that Ryan hurt her. And it's like, what did Ryan hurt? How did Ryan hurt you? By saying that he wanted to boink you? Because I don't think that's hurting you. Other than that, what has this man said about you? Jenn was looking at her like, what? Child, the episode goes off at this point. Crazy. This episode should have been called Tit for Tat, because that's exactly what it was. It was nothing but Shannon and Tamra exposing each other for their dirty deeds behind the scenes. Ridiculous. And the cast should have been, the rest of them girls should have been cussing them out. Both of them out at this point, because y'all both messy. But I'm going to give this week's episode of OC a B+. A B+. Great, stellar season. Looking forward to the finale. You guys let me know what y'all thought of this week's episode. Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.